It's always a great privilege to be here with you on Marriage That Works, where we have the mandate to help put our marriages in the right perspective, God's perspective, by teaching and encouraging various family values which we believe will help transform our marriages from the necessary evil many have considered it to be to what God intends for us. I've been inspired to share with you in this episode a very rarely discussed topic in marriage, which is vision. We all know, talk about, and pursue individual goals, organizational goals, community goals, even national goals. But I'm not sure I've ever heard anyone talk about their marriage or family goals. We fail to realize that since families are the most important basic units of the society, and the success of families in turn determines how peaceable our communities will be, it is therefore very important for each family to live by and be identified by certain values which are defined by specific family visions and goals. I have therefore come to invite couples to dream together, to define what you want for your marriage and your home, and to pursue those dreams together. I have come to let you realize the need to live married life intentionally. Many couples get married for the very wrong reasons. From my parents are pressuring me to marry to I'm above 30 years old and I need to settle down. Some others say, I love her, I love him, I want to spend the rest of my life with him or with her. As good as all these reasons for marriage are, they are not of their own potent enough to sustain any relationship for a lifetime. Majority settle down into the marriage only to discover that they are heading in completely different directions than their spouses. Amos chapter 3 verse 3 asks a very significant question, which I believe is more applicable to married couples. Can two walk together unless they are agreed? Never should any two individuals get married without first discussing vital topics like sex, money, children, career, goals, and so on. Because such are so unavoidable in the marital journey, and failure to agree on them before tying the knot will create unnecessary tension in the home when it is discovered that the partners hold different views on them. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you what vision is, why it is important for you and your spouse to have a family vision, and how you can define a vision statement for your family. You are probably familiar with the saying, when there is no vision, the people perish. The vision there means a mental image, a visualization of what the future should be. When you don't have a defined vision as a couple, you perish. You find it difficult to stay together, and you would say we are not compatible. If you have no idea where you're heading together, then you can't get anywhere. In fact, you can't even know when you're on the wrong path. Let me show you why it is important for you and your spouse to define a vision for your marriage. The first thing a clearly defined vision does for your marriage is to bring unity into it. Remember that two cannot work together except they agree on a desired set of values spelt out by a vision. Most times, couples fight because they have competing visions. That is what division means. It is very impossible to succeed in a marriage when you and your spouse are divided. If you are going in one direction and your spouse is heading in another, then you will be in constant battle, and you both probably shouldn't have been married to each other. Having a single vision for your marriage means you are both focusing on the same thing. It then means that you can yoke together and stay together. Another beautiful thing having a vision for your marriage does to you is to instill passion into you and your partner. Marriage becomes boring without a vision, but once you both have been able to identify a vision for your marriage, you get excited as you wake up every morning knowing what beautiful future you both are pursuing. Number three, having a common vision for your marriage gives you strength for difficult times. Marriage, they say, isn't a bed of roses, and that means that there are difficult times in every marriage. What will encourage and keep you going during those difficult times is having a vision. The vision is what stands before you, giving you the assurance of a better tomorrow and the courage to press on when everything else around you suggests that you should throw in the towel. Now that we have seen why it is important to define a vision for your marriage, let's now see how to define those marriage visions. Let me also quickly say here that whether you are about getting married, just got married, or have been married for several years, I believe taking these suggestions with simple childlike faith and applying them will chart a new course for your relationship. If you have been married a few years and have just hitherto let life happen to you anyhow, don't be discouraged. It is never too late to begin to live your married life intentionally. So get talking and brainstorming with your spouse. Take these few steps to come up with your marriage vision. It may take you a few days to come up with, but you will see that it's worth it after all. 1. Share with each other your individual values, ideas, and affirming words that describe your ideal marriage. What does each of you want for the marriage? What kind of atmosphere does each of you want for your home? Compare notes, see what you have in common, and come to an agreement. That agreement should form the vision statement for your marriage. Number 2, write down the vision statement. You may wish to make it bold on the wall in your room or somewhere you both will see it every time to memorize and constantly be reminded of it. Just the same way you put down your personal development or business goals to work with. Number 3, figure out what each of you needs to do regularly in order to make the vision a reality and begin to do them. For example, you may need to start working on your individual selves, like dropping bad habits and picking new ones, good ones. You may need to start learning important characters like communication, like patience, and so on. You may need to start creating limits and boundaries. You may need to start prioritizing your marriage above every other thing, working hard to make it the best it can be. You may even need to start eating healthy and exercising. Achieving your vision will not just happen like winning a lottery. You must have to work hard at it. Number 4, have periodic and regular assessments of your marriage to see if you are making progress. This could be quarterly, biannually, or annually, as is convenient for you. If you observe that you haven't made notable progress, it simply means that either or both of you have let your guard down on step 3 above, and you will have to recommit to it. The same way it is impossible with every life's endeavor to know whether or not you are successful if you don't know what you are trying to achieve, so it is with marriage. Having a marriage vision statement helps you and your spouse to spell the success you desire in your relationship and shows you how to achieve it. Therefore, begin to commit to a vision today. I'll see you again in my next video. Until then, peace be upon your home.